Hello there, and congratulations! Your new employee is arriving soon. Your amazing recruiters managed to find you the best candidate to fill an open position you had in your team. He or she is soon going to live his day one as a Pernod Ricard employee. So let us dive together to the next steps you will have to pursue in order to make him or her live the best day one possible. So, your new employee just popped in at the entrance and seems a bit lost. What are you going to do? Let him alone and wait? No, for sure you'll not, come on. Remember that once you were a newcomer as well. Just remember your first day and imagine how you would have loved to be welcomed. Now, first things first, try to break the ice. As you know, first impressions are essential, so your first day has to be the most perfect as possible. To try and break the ice, you can maybe ask him how his journey went to work, ask him if he's found a nice place to stay, and why not ask him if he isn't too stressed and in this case reassure him. Please remember that joining a company is like arriving in a new country. You don't know anyone, you don't speak the same language, and for sure you don't know much about the company's culture. It's important to start from the basics. Even though your newcomer probably spent a sleepless night on your corporate website to answer every question he might possibly have at the interview, there is no better introduction from someone within the company. So go for it, be a proud ambassador of Pernod Ricard, we know we can count on you. After presenting Pernod Ricard, it's time to go and meet the team. And what would be better to start the day than sharing a coffee all together? What is also extremely important is to help the newcomer understand the key people overall and the ones that he is going to work with. Organizational charts, meetings, Skype, whatever the tools you are using that will help him understand who is who. After the who's who, it's time to take your new employee for an office tour. This can also be the moment to introduce him to the different teams. How efficient! After the sport of running all over the office, I guess you will both be starving. So, what are you going to do for lunch? Go with Jessica from supply chain and let him alone? Of course not. Unless you have the meeting of your life, please try to eat with your newcomer. Here are 2 pieces of advice. Try to have the whole team if possible, and make it informal and friendly. Don't be 6 or 7 asking him or her tricky or too personal questions. The majority of new employees will prefer a clear picture for what is to come. That's why you need to take time to explain the work plan and give a full overview of the onboarding program. So first, set up the agenda and go through it with the newcomer. The more time you take now, the less you will have to explain things later on. This doesn't mean you have to put pressure on the first day, just take it slow and steady. So now your employee knows the office, his colleagues, a bit of the company's culture, but something is missing, right? Yes, you recruited for a reason. So let's dive through his role. Discuss responsibilities, the expectations you have, the way you're going to work together, you, him, and the entire team. And finally, don't forget to explain some informal rules and habits, the do's and don'ts of Pernod Ricard. One final touch to the day is to give your newcomer an overview of all the tools he can use. They usually spend weeks and weeks waiting for the IT approval, or they just simply don't know where to go. Show him or her the intranet, the e-learning platforms, but also the organizational chart, the policies, and the employee directory. Now, here are some last tips for you to be a day one master, and then you will have all the keys. Try to always be on time and always remember that first impressions are the most important. Be friendly all day long and make him feel welcomed. Something really important as well is to explain the obvious. If you have been in the company for years, some things may seem really obvious to you, but they're definitely not for a newcomer. Now, let's imagine that you are just about to do your first day at Pernod Ricard. Just imagine that dream day. Got it? Well, now it's up to you to be the best ambassador possible and make your newcomer live that dream day.